Back to playing another team that uses a lot of tight ends in a lot of different kind of ways. What have you seen looking at tape of this Utah team?
Yeah, like you said, they do use their tight ends in a lot of different ways. They got a lot of good backs too, and they run their scheme really good. So it's gonna be another good challenge.
How have you progressed? How have you developed, particularly in pass coverage of those bigger guys, of those tight ends over the course of the season?
Just working with our guys at practice, T. Ferg, Mo, Spencer. Those guys give me a great look every day at practice, so I feel really confident.
You make one of the plays of the game last weekend very early on. The ability to move on after the long throw and then to stick with that play in a scramble drill kind of moment. Walk us through just what's going through your mind there over the course of about 90 seconds or so in extremes.
All my coaches all my life, like just playing DB, just taught me to have a short memory. So I always had like that next play mentality, and you never know like what the next play might be. So you just gotta make every play count.
Did you know immediately that was going to be a touchback? Did you knock it out through the end zone?
I knew he fumbled, but I ain't know it went out the back of the end zone. I kind of thought it went out of bounds, but.
I was going to ask, was that the intention though, to get airborne so you could dislodge the ball, or were you just trying to stop him from getting to the plane? What were you thinking there?
I was trying to get the ball out, but I didn't like intentionally try to get it out the back of the end zone. It just kind of, the football guys looked out.
What is especially when you see a quarterback running there? Obviously, he might not be as comfortable as a normal player in terms of carrying the ball. Are you thinking in that particular instance that's kind of the goal there, to see if you can get it knocked out?
Yeah, definitely. Every time.
How cool is it to see Brian Addison get that game-winning pick?
Man, can't even really put it into words. Just like seeing where like he came from, like all the work he didn't put in to get to this point, and finally see like pay off at the game is priceless. Like a whole team was so happy for him, bro.
What's this year been like for you? Obviously, the ups and downs of the offseason and stuff. I want to ask about that in particular, but you went from being a non-starter to start the season to then having to fill in for Bennett, who was playing so well. What was that process like during, kind of take us back to that Stanford time? Kind of what happened there?
Coach Cristobal preached it all the time, like next man up mentality. Like, of course, like we can't wait to have Bennett back. He was playing very well, but things happen in football. People get injured, and however I can help the team is what I'll do. So.
Does your mindset shift at all going from a non-starting role into a starting role and back? And does that impact anything throughout the course of a week for you?
No, I wouldn't say that. Like, prepare every week like a starter, just because you never know like what can happen during the course of a game.
This is a quarterback in Utah doesn't throw very many interceptions. Hasn't thrown one in about a month or so. What is it that you've seen from him? He doesn't beat himself. What makes him so efficient, so accurate?
He's a really good decision maker. Like you said, he hasn't thrown a lot of interceptions, but we just got to capitalize on when he does make those mistakes and try to give him different looks, try to force him into some mistakes.
You faced so many to go back to the tight ends, so many different kind of multi-tight ends. What is different about not just their players, but the way that they use them? You hear a lot from coach about broken sets, they break guys off. They're not just end of line, hand in the dirt, blockers.
So with their tight ends, they use a lot of I want to say like 11 personnel sets, but with the bigger tight ends. So it's just being disciplined in everything that we need to do, and just seeing our keys and just knowing what we need to do really.